The boy's knuckles are white against the glass door. Rain hammers the marble entrance of the Harrington spire like bullets, each drop exploding into mist against the most expensive real estate in Manhattan. Inside, 4 NYPD officers form a half-circle around something small, something trembling, something that shouldn't be here. A child, 5 years old. Yellow raincoat plastered to his skin. Backpack twice the size of his torso. He's not crying. He's not screaming. He's just standing there, staring at the elevator doors like they hold the answer to a question no one's asked yet. Security Chief Marcus Webb crouches low, palms open. Son, where's your mama? The boy doesn't blink. I need to see him. See who? The man who protects things. Webb exchanges a glance with Officer Tanisha Holmes. Her hand rests on her radio. The lobby camera catches everything. The puddle spreading beneath the boy's sneakers, the way his chest rises and falls too fast, the folded piece of paper clutched in his fist like a grenade pin. Before we continue the story, kindly tell us where are you watching from? And subscribe for you to get more. Thanks. Let's continue. What's your name? Holmes kneels beside Webb. Owen. Owen what? Martek. His voice cracks. Owen Martek. And I'm not leaving until he walks me to school. Webb's jaw tightens. Kid, you can't just... I know his name. Owen's eyes snap to the elevator. Mr. Vale. Arden Vale. He lives on the 47th floor. He knows how to keep people safe. My teacher said so. The elevator dings. Silence floods the lobby like water filling a sinking ship. Arden Vale steps out in a charcoal suit that cost more than most people's cars, phone pressed to his ear, briefcase in hand. He doesn't notice the officers, doesn't notice the cameras, doesn't notice anything except the meeting he's already 10 minutes late for. Then Owen moves, fast, desperate, the kind of movement that bypasses every adult in the room. He slams into Arden's legs and holds on like the floor's about to open beneath him. Does a billionaire stop for a stranger's child? Or does the city watch him walk away? 36 hours earlier, Owen Martek walks to school holding his mother's hand so tight her fingers go numb. Raya Martek works 70-hour weeks at a clinic in Lower Manhattan where the waiting room smells like bleach and fear. She hasn't slept more than 4 hours straight in 2 years. Owen's father left when the pregnancy test came back positive, and she's been running ever since. Running from debt, from exhaustion, from the feeling that she's failing the one person who matters. But she's not running now. She's frozen on the corner of Lexington and East 61st, staring at the gray van idling across the street. It's been there every morning this week. Monday, she thought it was coincidence. Tuesday, paranoia. Wednesday, she started memorizing the license plate. Thursday, the van followed them 3 blocks before turning. Friday, it stopped beside them at the crosswalk. The driver wore sunglasses even though the sky was overcast. He smiled at Owen. Raya didn't sleep Friday night. Now it's Monday again, and the van is back. Closer this time. The engine rumbles low, exhaust curling into the cold air like breath. Mama? Owen tugs her sleeve. She forces her legs to move. Stay close. They cross the street. The van doesn't follow. It just sits there, watching, until they turn the corner toward PS 158. Raya's heart doesn't stop hammering until they reach the school entrance, until she watches Owen disappear through the double doors, until she's sure he's safe. But Owen isn't sure. Not anymore. That afternoon, he sits in the back of Ms. Pritchard's classroom while she reads a book about community helpers. Police officers, firefighters, doctors. Then she mentions someone else. There are people in our city who use their success to protect others, Ms. Pritchard says, pointing to a photograph projected on the smartboard. This is Arden Vale. He built technology that helps keep people safe. Owen stares at the image. A tall man in a dark suit standing in front of a glass tower that touches the clouds. His face is hard, unsmiling. But Ms. Pritchard called him a protector. And Owen needs a protector. By Sunday night, Raya notices her son isn't eating. He pushes his mac and cheese around his plate, eyes distant, fingers picking at the edge of the plastic tablecloth. "Baby, what's wrong?" "I don't want to go to school tomorrow." "Why not?" Owen's lip trembles. "The man in the van, he's going to take me." Raya's blood turns to ice. "What man?" "The one who watches us. Every morning, he knows where I go." She pulls him into her lap, pressing his head against her chest so he won't see the tears burning her eyes. "Baby, I won't let anyone hurt you. I promise." But promises don't stop predators. And Monday morning, Owen makes a decision that will change everything. He doesn't tell his mother. He waits until she's in the shower, then slips out the apartment door with his backpack and his yellow raincoat and a folded piece of paper with an address he found online. The Harrington Spire. 47th floor. Arden Vale. The walk takes 23 minutes. By the time he reaches the building, the storm has turned the city into a blur of gray and cold. His shoes squish with every step. His hands shake so hard he can barely pull the door open. But he does. Because feeling scared is worse than being brave. Why would a child trust a stranger more than the police? And what does that say about the world we built? Ardenvale doesn't do children. He doesn't do mess. Doesn't do unpredictability. Doesn't do anything that can't be calculated, forecasted, or controlled. His entire empire is built on patterns, algorithms that predict human behavior before it happens. Logistics, supply chains, movement. He's made billions turning chaos into order. But right now, chaos is wrapped around his knees in a soaking wet raincoat, and every algorithm in his brain is crashing. "Sir," Webb steps forward. The boy says, "I heard him." Arden's voice is flat. He looks down at Owen, who's still clinging to his legs like a shipwreck survivor clutching driftwood. "Kid, you need to let go." Owen shakes his head. "Your mother's probably looking for you." "She doesn't know I'm here." Arden's jaw tightens. He tries to step back. Owen holds tighter. Officer Holmes moves closer. "We can call child services." "No!" Owen's shout echoes through the marble lobby. "I'm not going with anyone except him." Arden closes his eyes, counts to 3, opens them again. "Why me?" Owen finally looks up. His face is streaked with rain and something worse, terror so raw it makes Arden's chest tighten in a way he doesn't recognize. "Because you protect things." Owen's voice cracks. "And I don't feel safe anymore." The paper in Owen's hand unfolds. Arden takes it. It's a printout from a news article. His face, his company. A quote highlighted in yellow marker. "Arden Vale's security systems are designed to predict threats before they happen." Beneath it, in crayon, "Please help me." Arden's phone buzzes. His assistant, the board meeting, the investor call. The deal that's been 6 months in the making. Everything that matters in his world is happening right now, 47 floors above this lobby. But Owen is still holding his leg, and Arden sees something in the boy's eyes that he recognizes, something he thought he buried 20 years ago beneath success and silence and the kind of wealth that's supposed to make you untouchable. Fear. Real fear. The kind that lives in your stomach and climbs your throat and makes you wish someone, anyone, would just see you. Arden kneels. Eye level. Close enough to smell the rain on Owen's hair. Close enough to see the bruise on his wrist where someone grabbed him too hard. "Who did this?" His voice is low, dangerous. Owen's lip trembles. "The man in the van. He tried to pull me into it last Friday. Mama yanked me back. But he's still there, every morning, watching." The lobby tilts. Arden's father used to grab him like that. Hard enough to leave marks. Hard enough to make him flinch every time a door opened. Hard enough to teach him that asking for help was the same as admitting weakness. No one ever helped him. No one ever asked if he was okay. No one ever knelt down and promised him safety. Arden stands, looks at Webb. Lock down every exit. Pull the security footage from every camera within a 3-block radius. Now. Webb blinks. Sir? Did I stutter? Holmes steps forward. Mr. Vale, I'll walk him to school myself. Arden's tone leaves no room for argument. He looks down at Owen. You want to feel safe? Owen nods. Then stay close to me. And don't let go. What happens when a man who built walls around his heart meets the child who needs them broken? Arden Vale was 7 years old the first time his father broke his arm. Not on purpose. That's what everyone said. Just an accident. Just a firm hand that landed wrong. Just a father teaching discipline the way fathers do. No one questioned it. No one asked if the boy was okay. No one saw the way Arden stopped crying after that. Not because the pain stopped, but because he learned crying made it worse. His father, Richard Vale, was a legend in Chicago real estate. Built towers, shaped skylines, shook hands with mayors and senators. Everyone loved him. Everyone except the son who lived in his shadow, counting the hours until he could leave and never look back. Arden left at 17. Never went home again. Built his empire on the opposite coast. Buried the memories so deep he convinced himself they didn't matter anymore. But now Owen's hand is in his, and every buried thing is clawing its way to the surface. The boy's fingers are small, cold, shaking. Arden remembers shaking like that. He remembers walking to school every morning with his stomach in knots, wondering if his father would be awake when he got home. Wondering if today was the day someone would finally notice. Wondering why no one ever did. And now this child, this stranger, walked into his building and asked for the one thing Arden spent his whole life wishing someone would offer him. Protection. Arden looks at Webb. Cancel my morning. Sir, the board. Cancel. Everything. He pulls out his phone, dials his head of security. I need a team at PS 158 in 15 minutes, full perimeter. No one gets near the building without clearance. Owen stares up at him. You're really going to walk me? I'm really going to walk you. What about your job? Arden crouches again, meets Owen's eyes. Some things are more important than a job. Holmes clears her throat. Mr. Vale, we've located the vehicle in question. Gray van. Registered to a Rogan Drex. He's got a record. Arden's blood goes cold. What kind of record? Extortion. Fraud. Targeting single mothers. She hesitates. There's an active investigation. Miami PD flagged him last year for suspicious activity near elementary schools. Owen's grip tightens. Arden stands, looks at Holmes. Where is he now? Unknown. But if he's been following the boy, he's probably nearby. Then we don't have time to wait. Arden pulls off his suit jacket, drapes it over Owen's shoulders. It swallows the boy whole. We leave now. You and your team create a perimeter. I want eyes on every corner between here and that school. Webb steps forward. Sir, with all due respect, you're not trained for... I don't need to be trained. Arden's voice drops. I just need to make sure he gets there safe. He holds out his hand. Owen takes it. And for the first time in 30 years, Arden Vale does something that has nothing to do with profit, power, or prediction. He chooses to be the person he needed when he was 7 years old. They walk toward the door. Rain still hammering. Storm still raging. The city holding its breath. Owen looks up. What if the man tries to take me? Arden squeezes his hand. Then he'll have to go through me first. Can you outrun a past that's chasing someone else? Or does protecting them mean facing your own? The rain turns the sidewalk into a river. Arden and Owen step into the storm, and the world shifts. NYPD officers materialize from cruisers parked on both sides of the street. 4, 6, 10. A wall of blue forming a corridor that stretches 2 blocks toward PS 158. Pedestrians stop. Pull out phones. Start recording. This isn't normal. Billionaires don't walk children to school. Billionaires don't hold hands with strangers in yellow raincoats. Billionaires don't stop their entire lives for 5 minutes of someone else's fear. But Arden isn't thinking about normal. He's thinking about the gray van, about Rogan Drex, about the way Owen's hand trembles inside his own. Owen walks close, so close their shoulders almost touch. His eyes scan every car, every alley, every shadow that might hold something dangerous. "How far?" Arden asks. 2 blocks, then left." A news van screeches to a stop at the intersection. Camera crew spills out. A reporter with perfect hair and a microphone thrusts herself into the frame, shouting questions that Arden ignores. "Mr. Vale, why are you walking a child to school? Is this a publicity stunt? Who is the boy?" Officer Holmes steps between them and the cameras. "Back up. Now." But the damage is done. Social media is already exploding. Someone's live streaming. Someone else is hashtagging. Within 60 seconds, half of New York knows Arden Vale is walking a scared kid through the rain. And somewhere in the city, Rogan Drex is watching. Owen tugs Arden's hand. That car. Arden follows his gaze. A sedan parked across the street. Engine running. Windows tinted. It's been idling there since they stepped outside. Holmes sees it too. She speaks into her radio. "Unit 3. Check the sedan. East side. Plate number." The sedan pulls away. Fast. Too fast. Arden's jaw clenches. "Stay close." They keep walking. 1 block, then another. The school is visible now. Red brick, chain link fence. A sign that reads PS 158, where every child matters. Owen's grip loosens slightly. We're almost there. That's when Arden sees it. The gray van. Parked at the corner. 50 feet from the school entrance, engine rumbling. Driver's side window cracked just enough to see a face watching them through the rain. Rogan Drex. Holmes sees it too. Her hand drops to her weapon. "All units, we have visual on the suspect vehicle. Southwest corner of..." The van's engine revs, and it starts moving, straight toward them. The van accelerates. Tires scream against wet asphalt. Water sprays in arcs behind the wheels. Rogan Drex leans forward in the driver's seat, sunglasses reflecting the flashing lights of police cruisers closing in from 3 directions. He's not stopping.